Welcome back, Mosh Pit Podcast. We're here with Crooked Teeth and Lodi at Idle Beer Works. How the fuck are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Doing so good.
Doing so good.
So good.
And you guys are doing a little tour right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you could call it that. We're playing some shows, and this is number 4, almost in a row. I think that's a tour.
I want to start off, how did you guys meet?
So,
Christian Mingle.
oh my god. Yeah, it was actually Omegle.
Plenty of fish.
No, kind of the internet. Kind of. So these guys met via like mutual friends via touring. Tyson and I kind of, I think, knew like of each other from mutual friends and mutual like bands and stuff. But then the internet really. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I want to get into some like dream questions, but like, what is your dream venue and artist to perform with?
At the same time or separately?
You can do separately or at the same time, either one.
Okay, I mean, dream artist, Foo Fighters, probably number 1. Paramore, number 2. The 1975, but that doesn't really make sense for us.
Green Day.
Green Day?
Blink. I would also say Foo Fighters.
Yeah, ditto.
He said,
Did anyone hear that?
yeah.
I kind of heard it.
He's got it. He can.
Got you.
That's all that matters.
Other than that,
Venue. Wait, we didn't do venue.
Oh yeah,
though.
venue.
Honestly, we've hit some of my dream venues. This is because I really love smaller like DIY or like, you know, the places that bands play like right before they break that are kind of legendary. So like, The End was one of my like dream venues to play, which is crazy because I live in Nashville now and like know people that work there and like all that stuff. But and we've played several times now. But like getting there the first time, I was like, whoa, this is like the Paramore venue. Like, I can't wait to play there, right? And then we did, and our name was on the marquee, and I was like, what the fuck? This is so cool.
Yeah, that's right. We did
Yeah.
that.
But as far as like big venues, I don't know.
I have the Warfield in San Francisco. I would love to play the Warfield. That's like where I went to my first like outside of an arena show. That's where the first like cool venue I went to. I saw MXPX and Reliant K there, and yeah.
I like the Warfield too because it's like, I remember going backstage at the Warfield when Papa Roach played, and they had all like, it's so hot in there, and there's no circulation that all the windows backstage it's all steamed up. There's like barely any air to get in there.
I'm from Virginia, so playing the Hampton Coliseum would be pretty cool. It's a pretty lit spot.
Hell yeah.
Saw a pretty cool Fish show there one time.
Who?
Fish.
With the PH? Not the other one. Not Real Big Fish. I was like, you saw Real Big Fish in the Coliseum? In what era? You're too young for that. Scott never reached that.
What is your favorite show memory? Whether it was like you guys one that you played or one that you just went to.
Oh, well, Tyson and I saw the Foo Fighters in Lake Tahoe this summer. That's probably a favorite memory of mine. I also saw the 1975 in Paris this summer. Crazy year for me. As far as us playing, I don't honestly. This one that we just played in San Francisco, we played a live 105 event, and that's one of my favorite show memories because it's one of the first shows that we've done so far where like there was like a lot of people singing the words back to us. I mean, we've had this like slow trickle in where like people come to our shows and they start singing, but there was like a crowd full of people singing our songs and like starting to dance and stuff like that. So that was like really, I cried a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, actually the past like 3 shows, like literally we went and played in the most random cities, like Arcata and Reading, and there were people in both that were like, we've been wanting to see you and we haven't, and those are just dingy, like, no disrespect. Well, I mean, I think they would say, like, they're just small rock clubs, you know, like sweaty rock clubs, but like, the fact it was the vibe, and it was like what people brought there, and the just having. I think those are the rooms where we're supposed to have these moments where we're like, whoa, people actually give a shit, rather than like when we're on some huge tour and maybe seeing it in like as an opener. I think it's cool when we're on our own playing in front of 100, 200 people and like realizing that we do have fans and they're coming to our shows, and I don't know, like, and our new songs are hitting with people, so.
Yeah, it's nice to be like at your own show, not like playing like a festival opening and like you're doing a lot of opening shows, but you're at your own like headlining show.
Yeah.
And you can feel like more appreciation for the work that you're doing.
Yeah, especially like the last like 2 years, we've done so much. It's in San Francisco specifically. Every show we played, we've opened for somebody else. We've been like the opener, the appetizer. So like being the main, though we still open for somebody, but I really felt like half that audience was ours too. No disrespect to the band we were playing with, but like, yeah, I think that was a really special thing for us. So,
yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I would definitely second all that. See, I'm always looking out when I'm playing, and yeah, seeing people sing is super cool. I'm also a big fan of, making new fans, who aren't expecting to hear you. So, on that note, I would say at the time we played August Hall was
with Boys Like Girls, yeah.
Boys Like Girls.
That was a crazy show.
That was a crazy show, crazy venue. I loved the architecture in there.
Yeah.
And it was just wild, yeah.
That was a cool show too because we got added like 5 days before, and like we were the only opener, and it was sold out. So it was like we didn't know it was sold out though until we like walked out. Like we literally did not see the room full until we walked out to play, and then we were like, oh fuck, like that's crazy. So yeah,
good times.
Leaning on like going like playing shows and stuff like that. What was the first show you guys ever played? Like where at and who was it with?
As a 3-piece?
Yeah.
As Crooked Teeth or separately like.
As Crooked Teeth.
Oh, as Crooked Teeth?
As this iteration of Crooked Teeth.
Yeah. That's where we're on.
Because Crooked Teeth has had a couple of different variations. As this
I would say
iteration
this one.
of Crooked Teeth, we played at Tioga Brewing.
Fresno.
In Fresno.
To like 40 people.
2.5 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
It was like October 20...
September, October,
yeah.
2021. And then our next show was like a massive festival.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like to go from like being there and then playing a massive
Actually,
festival.
yes, it is.
It's so insane.
It's not right.
We did it when we played Aftershock. Oh, I should have said Aftershock was one of our favorite show memories.
Aftershock was so sick. Yeah.
It was so sick. But we did the same kind of bizarre thing where like we played to no one. Like literally like maybe 5 people in the building in San Francisco, I think. And then like the next day we played this huge freaking festival.
Yeah, Aftershock. That was like a very imposter syndrome situation.
How did you feel like before you go on the stage at Aftershock, like going from that to that?
I mean, personally, I felt great about it because the staff at Aftershock was incredible. I knew that everything was like going to go smoothly because everyone was so professional and had like helped us load gear, set up gear. We had a good sound check. I asked someone for batteries and they were like, oh yeah, absolutely, like, and got it for me immediately, which is like, in some places you go and you ask something like that and it's like, yeah, like, sure, I should have my own backup batteries, but like sometimes things happen, and like their whole team was just so kind and like had it, and it was very like artist forward, whereas a lot of places, I think, like especially smaller clubs, like no shade, I get it, but like smaller clubs can be very like jaded and whatnot, and not about helping the artists at all. They're just like there to run their show and get their check and leave, and it just did not feel like that at Aftershock at all.
Felt like they loved their jobs.
Yeah.
Like everyone there was like walking into somewhere where they were just so excited to like facilitate the rock, They're like, and we were arguably maybe like the smallest or second smallest act of that whole festival. We were maybe the only unsigned band on that festival.
Yeah.
So for us to walk, we literally pulled in there in a minivan.
Yeah, we
like,
put
next
in
to
a
buses and
minivan
shit.
next to
Like,
massive tour buses.
You know, and I just like, and I mean that happens often for us, but like it was just like one of those things where it's like they didn't look at us and like, oh, these kids, you know, like, or whatever. They were like, let's go, like, you know, they were there, like they were our team.
Yeah.
And so shout out Aftershock and DW Danny Wimmer presents.
Yeah. Shout out Danny Wimmer, Katie
Danny
Wimmer. How is it feeling though? Like when you found out you're gonna play Aftershock, were you like, holy shit?
that
I cried.
okay.
I literally cried.
But like,
I literally did.
yeah, okay.
But they
I
weren't in the
remember. Well, there's
view.
two kind of crazy. We were technically not like members of the band at that point, but I remember being at this like restaurant job that I worked, and like my manager was so cool, but I was like on my phone. And I got the text from Tyson that we had like just gotten this email, and I was like, Grace, I gotta step out, like I gotta. And she was like, what? And I was like, I think my band is about to open this festival, like with MCR. And she was like, yeah, go. Take that call. Cool. But no, the other crazy thing was like, again, with the like insane like hills and valleys in what the like style of touring that we're doing is like we were doing this like month-long tour around like when we were going to announce the festivals. I think it was like, so we announced that we were on Aftershock, and then like
we were playing like
moments after that, like moments after posting online that we were about to play these festivals,
like two of our shows got canceled.
Yeah, like multiple shows on this tour got canceled, which for a small band like us can absolutely ruin you financially. So yeah, crazy to in the same day be put in like an extremely strenuous financial situation, and also announce the biggest show you have played ever with your idols.
It was also crazy too because I think when we got the offer for Aftershock, we also got the offer for Welcome to Rockville. So it was like, and then we played like the pre-party at Welcome to Rockville, but it was just this crazy thing of like, wait, what? Like, why? Like, how did we go from playing? We were going. I mean, we're still playing small shows and stuff, but like, how? It just didn't make.
It doesn't make sense. Mine's more. Yeah, I've been in those scenarios with like people I've met or like done a podcast. Like my craziest one was like when I got Head PE.
Yeah.
And that was my first pre-show interview I ever did.
Yeah.
Was with Head PE, and I was like, am I actually doing this right now? And I didn't even have anything set up. I just had a little mic and a camera on the hood of a truck outside the venue with Head PE. I was like, okay, we're gonna knock this out real quick.
That's cool. Yeah, it just kind of feels like a fever dream, honestly. I think that's kind of how things still just kind of feel every time we have like, I mean, even like again these shows, I'm just kind of sometimes I just am like, sorry.
He said, forget the microphone.
This goes here. I don't know, just constant moments of like, wait, what? Like this is actually a thing that's gonna happen. I don't know. Yeah. So,
I want to get more into your music aspect, but what was the meaning or the creation behind the song Comedic Relief and the music video?
Comedic Relief is my favorite song to talk about. Thank you for asking that. I actually really love this song because I feel very proud of the lyrics. And also we had like a bit of a fight in the studio about it. So I think it's a fun story to tell. But because so I had written the chorus, and I thought the chorus of it originated because I had a big crush on this girl, and I was like hanging out with her, and left. I said something stupid, just absolutely moronic stupid, like kind of rude, honestly, and I left. I left the gathering, and I'm like on the drive home, and I was like, God, like, I was on the drive home, and I was like, God, like face palming, like she probably thinks I'm so stupid, and then I was like, well, you know what? At least like they're probably laughing at me, but at least I'm like at least they're thinking about me, you know? and so that's sort of like I could be your comedic relief.
How people win elections.
So
Is that the same girl in the music?
no,
That'd be
no.
funny if you got her.
No.
Like, sit here.
No, that's my dear friend Abby. She is an angel. But that's where that like line originated from. But then like just the whole thing is kind of expanded upon through the lens of like theater, and the thought of like when you're I particularly when I find that I like have a crush on someone, it's just so fun. I like will lose myself. I will I have to try to stay very grounded and like know who Emma is and like what Emma stands for, because I will very much become a character. Dude, what does Emma stand for? I don't know. But anyway, so that's kind of what the whole thing is about. Dude, this band is going off.
This band is going hard right now.
Yeah, and then but the funny like studio story was I was in like dead set on the guitar tone and everything, like having a very Deftones sound. Like I wanted the whole song to basically be like a Change ripoff.
Yeah.
And either our producer or Tyson, I don't remember which one, was like, oh, let's do this like Limp Bizkit style.
It was me.
Like
And then JoJo said, yes, let's.
And I was like, no, dude, why are you gonna ruin this like really emotional like moment with this freaking like anyway. And so we got in a fight about it, and JoJo was like, Emma, don't ruin the song. And I was like,
what? Did
okay.
he really?
Yeah, he
Just like
for
that?
real was like
I missed that. I must have been pooping or something.
So I was like, all right, fucking fine. So they did it, and that ends up being like kind of the driving factor or like musical thing throughout the whole song, which I really do love, despite being against it at first. There was actually another fun part of this song that was we did a like TikTok or Instagram reel or whatever, because Tyson and I had also been debating, like I wrote one version of the chorus with one chord progression, and he wrote another version of the chorus with a more major chord progression, and mine was more minor. We're constantly in this battle because he's like Green Day and Blink, and I'm like Paramore and Foo Fighters and Flyleaf.
Yeah.
And so we are always at this battle, and so I posted both versions of it in a thing and asked our fans to
all our fans
to comment like what version of it. And one of my friends from high school was like, you should do this and like blend them. And
we did that.
Shout out Cody, because that's what we did. and it slaps.
Yeah.
So yeah, that song, that's like the creation of it, I think, was really special. The music video is really a depiction of exactly what the lyrics are. Me playing a character to try to win this girl. The girl gives zero shits, which is so accurate to real life.
Yes.
Then I won her in the end.
Play the long game here at Crooked Teeth.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Take
That
that however
part's
you
made
want
up.
to.
And speaking on creation, what was the creation behind your band name, Crooked Teeth?
Honestly, it just I have like a list of names, but it's a originally I took it from a Death Cab for Cutie song. I just like the sound of it. Because I knew that with the band I didn't want it to ever be pigeonholed in like one style of like, I wanted us to be able to write a song that has like a new metal influence and write a song that has like more of like a Smashing Pumpkins influence, or another song that has a Green Day influence, or like I wanted our band to have like an eclectic sort of rock sound that didn't just sound pop punk or didn't just sound this or the other. And I thought that the band name kind of lent itself to that, because when you say the band name Crooked Teeth, you don't really have an expectation of what that's going to sound like. I feel like it rolls off the tongue. It could be a catchy pop punk band, but it could be a metal band, you don't really know. But I also love Death Cab for Cutie. and it's my favorite Death Cab for Cutie song. So that's what I named it after. It's not that crazy of a story, just yeah. But it sticks, I think. So
yeah, it's definitely like because I've talked to people about like even before this show, I was like Crooked T's headlining come out, and everybody's like, oh shit, Crooked T's headlining.
Like,
I was like, holy shit, yeah. And then they're like, they loved it, but it's like I love this like I love like the saying the name Crooked T. It pops.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
It's not like another band like that you would hear Crooked Teeth. Just like it's just like it makes you question it. Like I
Like
want
you've
to
already
figure
known it.
I want to figure what it's like about.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And but I ask this to every single band: what's the craziest mosh pit you have seen or been in?
Oh my God! When I was like going to hardcore shows when I was younger, like some of my friends here. Oh, in that almost house show we played in Cleveland. That shit was popping.
I don't remember.
You remember? It was a drunk night for us. It was when we went to that sports bar after that the guy invited us to that he owned. In Cleveland, we played
I
that
still
one like
don't
dinky
remember.
room, like packed as fuck.
Mahal's.
Mahal's upstairs.
I don't remember what the pit was like there.
It was just crazy. That was crazy. I think the craziest pit I've ever been into in my life. I remember it was in Santa Cruz at the Vets Hall when I was like 14 or 15. It was Set Your Goals, First Blood, Alcatraz, The Warriors. I got punched in the back of the head by some girl's boyfriend because I was standing in front of her because she was small and I was tall. And it's a little small, the good old small, tall conflict, the beef, classic beef. I ended up on the floor of the pit, like people picking me up, like got knocked out. And then I think, what's another crazy pit? Paramore, the first tour for Riot at the Warfield. My friends and I snuck onto the floor and I lost my shoe in the pit. And I remember that pit just being like the whole time just moving with the audience. So it wasn't like necessarily like a hardcore pit, but it was just like they were so big. They were so big at that point that the venue was too small and everyone was just packed at the front of the stage.
Yeah, I like to call it the push.
It was the push pit.
Yeah, it was just like
Big
the very
push, the
just
wave.
like the back and forth.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Just like, okay, we're going this way.
Exhausting. Yeah,
we're going this way now.
Yeah, we were just along for the ride. So that was a crazy pit. I think most of the pits that I found myself or willingly put myself in as a teenager were the craziest ones for sure. Stupid, honestly, stupid. Yeah, many a Newfound Glory pit too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How about you?
Oh man, I don't.
Not really a pit girl.
Yeah, the pit is not a thing that I.
How about
tend
crowd
to-
surfing?
Well, the first time I ever crowd surfed was at Fest a couple years ago to Comeback Kid.
Nice.
My drummer at the time was this like huge jacked dude, and he just
Still true now.
unknowingly, yeah, unknowing to me, like
swallow my beer.
he straight up just hoisted me up, and then there I was at the front of the stage at the Comeback Kid. It was awesome. Non-consensual, but awesome.
Rarely are those two things. So.
Yeah, it's not okay, but so yeah, that was a cool crowd surfing moment. I did get in the pit at the 1975 show in Nashville. they had like a dumb little push pit to people, which they closed with, and it was awesome.
How about you?
Well, when I was much younger, I saw that Rancid Transplants co-headliner tour. That had a crazy pit in where I'm from in Maryland.
We're still here.
Yeah, no, a lot of people. I saw people get punched. Yeah, somebody followed us after the show.
Oh my God.
And then another crazy pit. I was playing in a band at a VFW 8 years ago. My parents were in attendance, and somebody I worked with at the time was in attendance. And some miscommunication happened, and this guy that I work with punched somebody in the face in front of my parents. And then
You had to intervene.
and then he went on to be a officer of the law.
Of course he did. It was just training. That was real life training.
Anyways.
I was gonna say I totally forgot the craziest pit I ever been in. Woodstock '99, Limp Bizkit, 7 years old.
You went to fucking
Yeah,
Woodstock?
I was there. It's crazy. I'm just kidding.
I was like, this guy
You
had to
had me
Woodstock?
going.
Sorry.
I was like, how old were you when you were there?
We need to talk to your parents after this show.
Anyways,
But after all of that, I would like you guys to promote any upcoming shows, any upcoming music you guys may be coming out with.
we're if you're if this is being live broadcast onto the airwaves, we are playing in an hour and a half. Yeah, we have a new record out right now called My Favorite Player that we made all by ourselves with the help of some friends. And we released ourselves, and it's fucking cool as shit. And we got a shitload of shows this year and probably a lot more to be announced and stuff. So
Stay tuned.
stay tuned, on the edge of your seat, please.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All their stuff will be down the link below. I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, it really is an honor because Katie, Jose, I fucking made it. I finally interviewed my first band from Aftershock.
Nice.
And that's like one of my biggest dreams, honestly. Like I legit like how you felt getting Aftershock, like this is how I feel right now because
cool.
it's like I've always wanted to interview a band that's played it and like hear their insights on it because it's just like it's a different perspective than being at the show.
Yeah, we have all good things to say about that. So I'm glad we could play Aftershock so you could have the secondhand experience
Yes.
too. The first-hand, secondhand experience.
But thank you guys so much again. We'll catch you next time, Mosh Pit.
Thanks for having us.
I'm gonna lose myself.